Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to show you my Welsh cupboard. Now, I had this made several years ago, and then I painted it with my chalk paint. Let me go up a little bit. Now, I've got it on another video where I'm showing you, but I don't have a whole lot of light in my living room, and when I first showed this off, it was a terrible video. I mean, you couldn't even see anything. But anyway, what I did was I put the dark green first, and then I went over it with that softer beigey chalk paint, and then I used a scrubby type thing and scrubbed down it to make it look really rustic. But I have my memories here, my precious memories, I call them. You can see up there, that's a flower arrangement I made years ago. My angel candle holders, I can't put candles in them because they'd hit the ceiling, but I sure do like them. So I'm going to start up here. This is my hummingbird picture, and look at it, y'all. It's like 3D. See how the wings stick out? I'm scared I'm going to break it every time. And these little beaks, I mean, I can actually see that. And these little guys here, they're on little wires. They move. And that little, I think it's a lily. But aren't they pretty? I love hummingbirds. That was a gift many years ago from a very, very sweet friend who passed away a couple of years ago. Well, around the same time my husband passed away. And so I have put mirrored tiles on the back of this shelves because it helps deflect the light back into the room. That's my husband's family many years ago. Let me see if I can, that little fella right there in the little sailor suit is my husband. Here's my children. Let me see if I can move this out of the way. They're out in the front yard. There's my son giving a little wildflower to my daughter. I love that. This is my daughter when an Easter egg hunt. This is me and my children. This had to be in the 70s. But look at this. See this pen? Now, y'all, do you remember when your little kiddos would save up their money and they would go to what we call the dime store back then, and they would buy you something for Christmas or Mother's Day? This is a pen my son brought me. It's black on the back, and he gave it to me, and he said, "Look, Mom, it's diamonds." Yeah, it's diamonds. He got it at the dollar store, or a dime store is what we called it. And that's diamonds. But it looks like diamonds to me. And I'm going to tell you something. I wore that proudly for a long time. I sure did. Because he bought it for me, and it is diamonds. This was my favorite schnauzer, Harley Gold. I love my schnauzer. That's my little granddaughter when she was just really young. This is my daughter. My daughter stood up and walked when she was 6 months old. Just stood up. She never crawled. This is my mother. Many, many years ago, my mother passed away from cancer at the age of 64. That's awfully young. I was her caregiver for the last several months of her life. These are my parents. Now, this is a street in downtown Dallas, Texas, right after they got married. And that box that my daddy is carrying was full of dishes they had just bought at one of the stores. But look how women dressed, y'all. They went shopping. Here's a man. He's in his suit, and he wears a hat. See, the man beside him has a hat. There's Mother in hose and high heels, all dressed up to go shopping. That's how they did it. This was my daddy when he was a teenager. I'm not sure what, I think it says 1921 on that picture, but I'm not sure. This is my family. Now they're getting ready, we're getting ready to go to Easter Sunday. My mother loved purple. And that dress she has on is a purple print, and she made it herself. She could sew very well. And a purple hat. My sister on the right, who's 11 years older than me. That's me down there in the gown. Obviously, I'm not going to church in my gown. And it's Easter. My sister that's 4 years older than me, has the Easter basket, and my brother. And I'm the only one left of my family now. This is me. I'm 17 or 18 years old. And this is me when I was just a little bitty kid. I don't even remember how old I was. Obviously very tiny, very small kid. And I forgot something real important. This is a brass bell. Now my mother had a whole string of these brass bells, and they hung on our front door when I was a kid. I don't know what happened to the others, but at least I have one to remember that by. I have a collection of crosses that I love. This is a chocolate set that belonged to my grandmother, so it's very, very old, but it's a beautiful piece. I love it. This is an old ceramic clock that was my grandmother's. She always had that sitting by her nightstand. And it's an electric clock, but I cannot get that thing to work. I've tried for years and can't. This plate was hand-painted by my mother. She was a wonderful seamstress, and she was a china painter as well, and I have many, many of her pieces. Now I want to tell you about this table. I did in one of my videos, but I didn't go into length. It's my husband's memory table. He bought the mirror for me, and I love this. Absolutely love it. It's got a big rounded type sides to it and base, and it's so pretty. And here's his picture, and of course I think he was the most handsome man in the world. This is us years and years ago. Look at my hair, y'all. I had a lot of hair, and it was black. It was. All right, here's the suitcase. Now my son came up. My husband died early December, and my son came up Christmas Day and gave me this suitcase, and it's wooden. And the symbolism of it is that it was symbolized the journey that we all took with him through this life. And I have inside things that were his. Inside I have his wallet, his keys, his cell phone, and his pocket knife that he always carried with him. And a few more things. One is a note, and I found it in his billfold. And I had written it at least 20 years ago, and it was just saying how much I loved him. And he had carefully folded that and tucked it away in one of the little things in his wallet, so that nothing else was with it. And he had carried it around with him all these years, and I found that, and I was just so blessed that he had carried that. And my son bought the cross, and I glued it down on the suitcase. And this is a necklace that my husband gave me. It's a little heart with his wedding ring and mine on it. And sometimes I wear it, but I'm scared that I'm gonna lose it somewhere, you know. But anyway, so that's my memory table, and this is my memory Welch cupboard with all my lovely things on there that were my grandmother's, my mother's, friends have given me, and just wonderful pictures of days gone by. And I'm so proud to have these things, and I just think that they are beautiful. And I hope you enjoyed seeing these. I'm happy to show them to you. So until I see you again, I hope God is good to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.